Welcome to the Dead Bedroom Podcast. My name is Kuri, your host, and you guessed it, I am really, really excited to be doing this episode. I am going to be talking about why she's fallen out of love with you. No, she isn't falling out of love with you. Why she doesn't find you attractive. That's how I'm going to name it with this headline. It's sort of an impromptu podcast episode, so I didn't plan it like I would normally do. So I might get all over the place, but just bear with me, and I will try and get to this point. And this was inspired by a young man I was speaking to, and we're talking about being available and being available to your partner, and why that can be a bad thing within your relationship. For me, I spent a lot of time trying to be at home with my family, and I this idea of what it means to be a good dad, and that idea was formed based off of my own past experience, which my mom and dad divorced, so my dad wasn't around, so I felt that I needed to compensate. In fact, I overcompensated being around for my kids and for my wife. So I neglected some of my needs, and not just neglecting my needs, but I also neglected my passions. So, and by neglecting my passions and me being available, I did do a few things that would seemingly be good or seem good, but actually quite destructive to the relationship. One of the things was I made her feel secure. And then I also made her feel the consistency of me being at home. I also made her feel I normalized me being at home. And you think those are completely very good things. Yes, they are good things. Your wife and your partner, your life partner, should feel secure, should feel safe, should not feel threatened whatsoever. But there has to be an element of excitement and risk and adventure, and those are the things that I was failing to inject within the relationship. And one of the ways that you do those things is being unavailable, because you give yourself an opportunity to actually go and reinvent yourself and rediscover yourself. And you do this really by pursuing your passions. So most people, when they start dating, one of the things that you did and you probably overlooked to actually convince her that you are a perfect potential suitor is the fact that you had a passion. You proved to her that you're passionate about something, and you're passionate about pursuing something, and you were actually somebody who was had goals and things that they wanted to achieve, and those things made her realize that you're somebody who was going somewhere. And along came life, along came a relationship, whether it's you got married, you got kids, all of a sudden you got into the day-to-day, and those passions started going on the back seat. And once it started going on the back seat, the things that were the ingredients that made her feel attracted to you, that made you look sexy, that made you feel with excitement, started fading away, as well as the sexual desire and so on and so forth. So I know at this point I'm trying to make, I've not planned this episode. It's impromptu. Usually I have some notes that I'm working off, but I'm sort of working over my head. So if I get lost a little bit, just bear with me for a second. But what I'm trying to say with this point here, and at the moment I've presented the fact that you need to be pursuing your passions, and you need not to be consistently available. And when we're talking about this with this young man, we're talking about that being unavailable doesn't mean that you are spending time for yourself to just sit down and be bored. Because otherwise these questions, does that mean I just have to sit and be bored or pretend to be busy in order to keep that excitement going? I said, no, if you are doing that, then that's the wrong way. Even when you communicate that to your partner, they will actually realize that you are lying, or you come as not genuine. So if I turned around and said to my wife, I'm going snorkeling or something, she'll be like, I've never heard you talk about snorkeling, or why all of a sudden are you going snorkeling? So there's certain things that wouldn't compute, but when it comes to your passions, there's things that she already knows that you're pursuing, there's things that you've already shared. You would start setting goals. In fact, let me backtrack a little bit. So we talked about this. Now I did mention to this young man, and I said to him, you being unavailable is to do with the fact that you are pursuing your passions, and as you're pursuing your passion, you have got designated time, or at least dedicated time, to be doing something along your passions. So as you're pursuing them, I would imagine you would set a goal, and once you set the goal, you set a list of objectives to get to your goal. So that list of objectives, you would break it down to things that you would prioritize that are urgent, that you can do straight away. Then you would also put a list of things that you don't have full control of, that you might need help, that you might need assistance with. And then you would sort of tackle that first, get the assistance, so that when you do tackle the high priority goals, then you can come back to the other ones. Now, what does this have to do with your relationship? Is the fact that all those tasks that you have set out, you have to make time for them. And when you make time for those goals, that's when you become unavailable. So you set the time, and you let your spouse know that that's the time when I'm doing this specific thing. All of a sudden, because you're unavailable, because she has to respect your time, she then values the time when you give her the time. So this is where it's the most powerful thing when it comes to a relationship. If you are consistently available, it erodes the quality of time that you have. And when you can really look at your tasks, and then you start focusing on completing tasks. Now, the caveat of this is that you don't have to be spending all day doing certain tasks towards your passion. This becomes really counterintuitive to what you want to achieve, which is have a better connection with your partner, have frequent sex, have a passionate relationship. So the way of balancing this is you would set out an hour or 2 hours, and for each day that you're basing your task, you base only 3 tasks within a day. And then again, you want to achieve those 3 tasks, which keeps you in momentum, but also it's enough to just make time for yourself, do your passionate thing, and then once you achieve those certain goals, then you can then go and spend time with your partner, which again increases the value of the time that you're spending, because you've given yourself time to achieve this goal. Again, it also demonstrates that you are passionate about what you're doing. It also demonstrates that you are focused and dedicated to be building something. Again, this sort of caters to a primal need, or at least it demonstrates some primal things that back in the day when we were hunter-gatherers, if you worked on your skill on hunting, you became the sexiest man within the village or the tribe, because you were the guy who's got the skill to do something. So this is why cultivating certain skills and pursuing certain passions becomes a very valuable thing within the relationship, because it really focuses you. And if you think of the time when you first met, this is one of the things that she looked at you and really found quite attractive, the fact that you were focused and dedicated to getting somewhere. So we lose this, yes, because life comes in the way, jobs, in sometimes things get in the way, and sometimes the major thing that happens is that we fail, and usually when we fail enough times, and then we sort of give up because we feel like we're not good enough, we cannot achieve. But like anything, there's one analogy I like to use, is that it's like you have to think of it as like a baseball game. That somebody's going to pitch the ball 100 times, and you might miss the ball 99 times, but there's just that one time that you're going to hit the ball, and when you do, it will be absolutely amazing. So it's more about you pursuing your passions, and regardless of what you achieve and what you fail to do, and or whether you're failing or whether it's not working out, is that consistent pursuit of trying to make that passion come to fruition, or at least your goals to come to fruition. So this is what makes it important, and this is what makes you unattainable. And when you're not attainable, then you become very attractive, because that time that you're focusing on yourself and focusing on building that thing is time that's taken away from both of you, and it just increases the quality that you have when you then combine and you are with her. It creates that value within that, because because of the dedication that you got with the passions, but also with the fact that you are not just a person that's readily available. And it's almost like it's just one last analogy with this. It's like if you've ever had a cat, we've got a cat, and if I dangle a string in front of this cat, it will go absolutely bonkers. It will just keep going crazy about the string and will play with this toy. And as long as I'm dangling this toy, it will go crazy. But the moment I give it this toy, it's got no interest whatsoever. So it's the same thing, that that inconsistency with how you spend time, it makes you more attractive. And that's one of the reasons why this concept of being attainable and being unattainable is a very important piece within a sexless marriage. If you think about it, in a sexless relationship, you're readily attainable. You are doing everything that you can to make that person feel comfortable without even pursuing anything that is of your passion or of your interest. So this is a very, very important topic, and then I'm going to knock it on the head on this one before this episode goes longer. Like I said, I didn't plan this at all, so hopefully you got a lot of value from this. If you want to learn more, go to www.deadbedroomrevival.com, and we'll be giving you a free guide on how to seduce your partner. It's 4 ways on how to seduce your partner, and once you get the download of the free guide, we'll invite you to join our Facebook group, where we'll be offering more trainings. And within the Facebook group, we'll be doing trainings, video trainings, and we'll go even deeper on some of these concepts. So thank you very much for listening. I'll be seeing you guys very soon. Take care.